Hello, my friends, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 8. Today, I wanted to take a few minutes and do a style chat with you. It has been a while since I've sat down and done a style chat with you, and today I wanted to talk about why I think that quiet luxury will never go away. People are talking about quiet luxury is dead, quiet luxury is out, quiet luxury is no more, but this video was born of a comment that I received on one of my videos asking if quiet luxury was still a thing. It got me to thinking, and I'm all like, you know what? I think I want to address that. I think I need to talk about that with you. There are some things I think that we should clarify about quiet luxury, and I wanted to share my thoughts as a personal stylist on quiet luxury and how I feel about it, because I strongly identify with the quiet luxury aesthetic. I really do think that having quiet luxury reemerge really made me rediscover my personal style at its core. I'm going to start out by talking about what quiet luxury is to refresh your memory. So quiet luxury is a way of dressing that it can be minimal, but it is steeped in the luxury fabrics. So think of silk and cashmere and wool, merino wool, linen, cotton, and any blends of these fabrics. Also real leather or suede, things of that nature, but very minimal and very low key. It's important to note that quiet luxury and the old money aesthetic kind of came about, resurged at around the same time because of a show called Ascension. Ascension was a show about a generationally wealthy family, and people started noticing how they dressed and noticed that there wasn't any ostentatiousness to their attire. They dressed actually quite conservatively, quite low key, no logos, none of that. And so people started talking about the old money aesthetic, and then quiet luxury came about as well at the same time. But there are some distinct differences between the two. First of all, I'm going to call the old money aesthetic from here on out the heritage style, because I think heritage is actually a better way of describing this style. And a creator that I watch here on YouTube named Kema Oliver is actually the first person that I heard talk about that old money aesthetic as heritage style, which I feel is better. It's a better descriptor for what it is, and it's not quite as crass as old money aesthetic. So we're going to call it the heritage style from here on out. Quiet luxury, like I said, is very minimal, very streamlined. And the heritage style, though, is very much traditional, very classic. I would say almost like a country club aesthetic, kind of like that tennis club, yacht club, golf club, country club kind of vibe. I would say it leans a bit more preppy than quiet luxury does. Quiet luxury is more about minimalism. It's more about clean, streamlined lines in the garments. But there are some overlaps between the two. One of the biggest being that neither of them relies on logos to demonstrate wealth. As a matter of fact, both of these movements look at logos as being very like you're trying too hard. It's a very try hard move when you wear all of these logos to demonstrate that you're wealthy. It's almost like you have to scream that you're wealthy, which essentially says you're not wealthy. That's not always the case. I'm not saying that if you enjoy wearing a lot of logos, that you're trying too hard. If that's what you want to wear, then by all means, go ahead and wear it. What I will say, though, is that it is very ostentatious, and quiet luxury is quiet luxury for a reason. The heritage aesthetic is heritage because they don't feel the need to demonstrate their wealth in that way. As a matter of fact, they prefer to keep their wealth kind of quiet. They don't want to talk about it because they travel within their own circles, and they have a way of being that you don't have to show that you're that wealthy. You just are. So there's that. That's a similarity between the two. And then the other similarity is that both of them value traditional classic styles, although quiet luxury goes about it in a different way. But there are overlaps. Quiet luxury, you embrace the blazer, you embrace the cashmere sweaters, you embrace the silk clothing, just like with The heritage style, they do value these types of things as well. Both of them, I guess, place value in the construction and the materials that are being used. It's just that the look and the vibe is different between the two. So those are a couple of the similarities, and that's why a lot of times things got confused. I even at the start of the quiet luxury trend, if you will, would kind of call them the same, but they're not. As time went on, I learned they're not. They're very different. I align myself more to a quiet luxury aesthetic versus the heritage, although I do like some heritage pieces. So I kind of blend the two because, it's my personal style. It's how I want to dress. I don't have to put myself in a style box, nor do you have to put yourself in a style box. So you've got these two aesthetics that are similar but different. And I'm talking about quiet luxury because for me, I identify much more strongly with quiet luxury because, well, I was in my 20s back in the 1990s, and I actually dressed in that way, just not in the luxury fabrics, not in the, really tactile fabrics. I wore the 90s uniform, a blazer, a t-shirt, and a pair of jeans with maybe some loafers or even some sneakers. That was what we wore back then, and I wore it all the time. I really strongly identified with that style when it first emerged back in the 90s. However, I didn't realize that I was dressing in this way because I didn't put a lot of thought into it. It just seemed like this is what I like to wear. This is how I feel my best. And so it's what I would wear. Now, with the resurgence of that 90s aesthetic, or quiet luxury, as I call it, because to me, they kind of feel one and the same, um, it helped me to rediscover the core of my personal style. This is who I am. I have always been that, even back when I was in my 20s, forming my own personal style. It's a journey, right? It's a winding road, not a straight path. That's kind of what quiet luxury is. It's very much steeped in minimalism and really embracing luxury fabrics, or really high quality natural fiber fabrics, as well as high quality construction. I do want to say, though, that don't be thrown by the word luxury. Luxury doesn't necessarily mean expensive. Luxury actually means something that feels luxurious. You don't have to be expensive to have a luxury experience. It's very sensory, and so when we say quiet luxury, don't think about expense. It can be expensive. We'll touch on that here in a little bit, but I'm talking more of that sensory experience of luxury. Why do I feel that quiet luxury is here to stay? Well, the TLDR, or short answer, is because it's timeless. It's a very timeless style. If you take what was being worn in the 90s, that was what, 30, 35 years ago? If you take a look at the 90s style, a lot of those pieces could easily be worn today. They could very easily be worn today. Straight leg jeans that have very little stretch. We used to wear the hard jeans back in the day. Button down shirts, the cotton button down shirt, the blazer, the loafer, those were all really big in the 90s. And that aesthetic, that look could carry over to today. That's why I say that it will never die. Now, because it became a huge trend through TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, you saw a lot of people doing quiet luxury. But you have to keep in mind that a lot of these people are trend followers. They will eventually move away from quiet luxury, and it will no longer be everybody's doing quiet luxury. What I would say to that, though, is that those of us who identify strongly with that style, that very classic, classy, elegant, sophisticated style that I feel that quiet luxury is, and understated, also, that's another word to add to this list. We're going to be left really embracing our personal style because it is who we are. And so while you may have droves of trend followers moving on to the next, which is probably going to be maximalism, um They're all going to go off and do that. We're going to stay behind and we're going to continue doing our traditional, classic, elegant, sophisticated style that's very timeless, that's not going to date, and it is going to continue on, because for me personally, I love my personal style. The difference between quiet luxury now versus what we had back in the 90s is that these better natural fibers are now a lot more easily attainable. Here in the US, we have got Quince that has made these quality fabrics and quality construction easily attainable. You can shop places like Nordstrom and Ralph Lauren also, even though I tend to think that Ralph Lauren leans a little more into the heritage aesthetic, you can still find some really beautiful women's plus size women's pieces there. Those are just some of the places. I think Everlane is another place that you can look to find some really beautiful quality plus size pieces. J. Crew is another one of those places that you can find some really beautiful pieces that fall in line with the quiet luxury aesthetic. You've also got places like Talbot's, I think, also can fall in line with that aesthetic, although you have to be mindful of a place like Talbot's because sometimes their stuff can look a little bit dated, it can look a little bit matronly, but you can find some things there that are really, really well made and good fabric and great construction. You've got other places like the big box stores that are slowly but surely catching up to this. I mean, Walmart has got some pieces. You have to look really hard though. H&M is another one where you've got to kind of do a little bit of digging, but you can find some really beautifully made high quality pieces that would fall into the quiet luxury way of dressing. So there are places out there. You just have to do a little bit of digging, especially as a plus size woman. The question then becomes is can quiet luxury evolve? Well, yes, I think that it can, and I think that it has to a certain extent. I believe that while quiet luxury is steeped in classic, timeless minimalism, you can add your own spin to the aesthetic because at the end of the day, what really exudes style and luxury is how you choose to dress yourself, how you choose to present yourself to the world. So you could absolutely add color to quiet luxury if you want to. You could add things like flair if you want to throw in a trendy piece here and there. Hell, if you even want to throw in a logo, that will work too. It's just up to you and how you want to dress it. Because even though I identify strongly with the quiet luxury aesthetic, I don't shun my designer pieces and I love my designer pieces. I mean, a case in point would be my Valentino belt. It has a huge logo on it with that big old V at the buckle. However, it is such a well-made belt. I mean, it is so, so beautiful. The leather is so nice. The finish on it is so good that I'm okay with wearing a logo. I'm not splashed in logos. And that's where, you start to veer away from quiet luxury into what they call loud luxury. So just be mindful of that. But honestly, if you want to throw in a logo, then do it. If you want to add some color to the aesthetic, then do it. Don't allow yourself to be put into a style box. Make sure that you're always yourself, that you have a reflection of who you are because you don't want to fall into the trap of sameness, which is one of the things that happened with quiet luxury is that because we had so many people following the trend, that it became very boring and there was quite a bit of sameness. However, what I will say though is that sameness exists no matter what style you align with, whether it's boho, whether it's maximalism because of social media. You have a lot of exposure to things, and you've got lots and lots of people that are trend followers that are going to dress the same as what they saw the influencer on Instagram dressing in. So be aware that sameness exists and inject your own personal style, those pieces that you really love, those pieces that speak to you, the colors that speak to you, all of that, because at the end of the day, it's that personal style that gives you the individuality and you will stand out, in a sea of sameness. To sum the conversation up, I'm never veering away from quiet luxury because I feel so strongly to that aesthetic. You know, I identify very strongly with that aesthetic. Like I said, the roots of my personal style are in the quiet luxury aesthetic, or that way of dressing. That's how I learned to dress myself back when I was in my 20s. I really strongly identified with it then. And I am rediscovering it now and really, really embracing it. I love it. You know, a blazer is my favorite thing to wear. You know, it's the one piece in my collection that I have a lot of. Oh, and satin slip skirts, which are a derivative of the satin slip dress, which was emerged in the 90s and is still very, very relevant today. So, yeah, those are my thoughts around quiet luxury. I'm never letting it go because it's never going to go away because it's founded in timelessness and classic pieces. I'm really learned a lot from the emergence of quiet luxury. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about my personal style. I've learned a lot about fashion in general just by researching this one topic. You have a lot of offshoots of quiet luxury and also the heritage style. You've got classy and you've got demure and you've got all these labels, but at the end of the day, it's just a timeless classic way of dressing that can be very feminine or not. It's steeped in quality fabrics, quality construction, and things that are not a flash in the pan, the things that are going to really stand the test of time. I don't know about you, but quiet luxury is here to stay for me. I love it. I am so strongly identify with it. But anyway, I know I'm repeating myself at this point. So if you are here for the style chat, then I'm glad that you hung out. If you want to see what's going on for the rest of Vlogmas, then make sure to stay tuned because we've got many more shenanigans to go.
Hi everybody, good morning. It's time for tea. This is from the Advent calendar last night, day 7, I believe. Yes? Okay. And again, this is the apricot, honey, and lavender. And nice and floral. You can smell the apricot in it. I'm not even going to put honey in this one today because I bet it will flavor the water very nicely without needing the sweetness of the honey. I'm going to put that in the cup. And again, thank you to the person who gave us the idea or the proper way to do this. And that's to pour the hot water over the tea bag, because apparently it releases the flavors better. And we're gonna wait 5 minutes and see how it tastes. I did not put any honey in the bottom of this. The flavor already has honey in it, so let's see. Sorry, it's hot, very hot. I get the aroma of the apricot first, and then I taste the lavender, and then I taste the honey, and then I taste the apricot. It's very strange, but I like it. Definitely like it, and no, it does not, well, to me, it does not need any kind of sweetness. The honey that's in there already adds the sweetness, so I don't have to add any more sweet. It's very nice.
Can I taste?
No.
Oh,
no, I'm
okay.
kidding. Of course not.
I would add the honey.
Really?
It also tastes like it needs to steep a little longer, to me.
Well, yeah, I mean, the flavor's going to get bolder the longer you let it steep. And
okay.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good. It's nice.
Pretty good after a 5-minute steeping.
Definitely get that apricot.
I always say 5 minutes because, you know, when you go to the tea room or something, they're like, let it steep for about 5 minutes, you know, and then you enjoy the flavors or whatever. But again, I think some teas taste better the longer they sit.
Also, some teas taste better the cooler the water gets.
True. This is true.
Because I have a feeling that's going to be the case with this one, is that you're going to really be able to taste the flavors once it cools down a little bit.
Absolutely. And honestly, this is one of those I think that would taste really, really good, you know, over ice as well. You know, Americans and their ice. But yeah, it's a good one. Definitely a good one.
Awesome.
We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
It is the end of the day,
Yes.
day 8.
Yes, I'm in my
And
pajamas.
yeah, it occurred to me that if it's day 8, we are 1/3 of the way through Vlogmas. Yeah, because it's 24 days. So we're 1/3 of the way through. That helps to really ease my mind a little bit. It just feels like
Really?
I'm chugging through it. Oh,
It stresses me out a little bit, but
yeah.
that's okay.
Sorry about the weird sound. I had the mic on behind Angie's back. Where's I didn't bring my little case. Usually I put this on the case and I like use it as a stand-up mic. Anyway, um we are at the end of day 8. I got caught up responding to comments, which I just want to say thank you to everyone for all of the wonderful comments. I do apologize that I'm so far behind in getting them answered, but I've caught up for the most part. Yes, thank you so much for all of your comments. They're very much appreciated. I am getting my arms around Vlogmas. Things are getting under control, so I'm really happy about that. What?
Nothing.
All right. So anyway, we are doing advent calendars now.
Yay!
All righty. Who
I
went
get
first
to
yesterday?
I get to see what kind of tea I get for
Yes.
tomorrow.
This is one of the better advent calendars for
I
you, I think.
agree.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a lot of fun. And the tea is really good.
Yeah. Highly recommend Fortnum and Mason advent calendar. I think it's a
Yes.
really, really good one if you love, especially if you love tea or you just want to explore the world of tea.
Yeah. If you're not a tea person, sorry, it's not
Mhm.
really gonna be good for you. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's good stuff.
Awesome. All right, you ready?
Yeah, you go first, love.
Me? Okay.
Yeah.
Day 8. It's a little baby something. Oh, it's a Stila eyeliner. I don't wear black eyeliner. So this is going to be a gift because I don't really, strictly speaking, I don't wear black eyeliner. It's too harsh. It's way too harsh. And I
For you.
prefer, yes, I prefer a soft brown. So I'm going to give this to the young one in our family. But not bad. I mean, Stila is a very good foolproof eyeliner pen. Really, it is, especially if you want to do a wing. This one is almost foolproof because of the way the bristles are. They're nice and soft and they do that really cute little flick just so, and you get a very sharp little edge. So if it had come in brown, I would have been so about it. But if you like eyeliner pens and you're looking for a good one, it's a little bit pricier than what you would get at the drugstore, but totally worth it.
Okay, so we're on day 8, right?
Uh-huh. I was going to bring you a little spoon or something to help you with that.
There we go.
Oh.
Okay.
Assam TGFOP.
Never heard of this. Have no idea what that is.
You're
But
gonna have to go to their website and look that one up.
yeah. This smells like licorice.
Blech. Oh, I know for sure. I'm not
And
gonna
tobacco.
like. That's interesting.
It's so weird. Okay, this one we're gonna find out whether or not I like it because licorice, black licorice, is not one of my favorite things. And
Can I smell?
tobacco is just weird. But oddly enough, just smelling it is making my mouth water, but I don't know if it's just because I'm hungry.
That's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah. Does it smell like licorice and tobacco?
It does have a little bit of a licoricey kind of smell, yeah. But I smell the tobacco too.
Isn't that so
I
weird?
think you're gonna like that. It smells good at any rate. So,
I'm gonna try it.
I did catch that anise.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what it has. I'm gonna look it up.
Sounds good. I mean, I'm still gonna try it because that's the whole point of this calendar, you know.
Yep.
I'm one of those people that will try almost anything at least once. I will never eat octopus again. I don't know if we've already discussed this or not, but never again.
Never.
But yeah, I think tea's pretty safe, no matter what flavor it is.
All right, guys. So with that, we're going to go ahead and sign off on Vlogmas Day 8. Leave us a little octopus emoji. Why not? If you're here to the end, or just leave the word octopus, and I'll know that you made it to the end.
There we go. Yeah.
So I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was fun talking with you guys about quiet luxury, one of my favorite subjects ever. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. So other than that, I think we're done. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yes. Good night.
Good night.
Sleep well. See you tomorrow.
Bye.